Hi, fifth grade. As we continue in our math lessons, today we're looking at how I can explain how to subtract mixed numbers with unlike denominators using equivalent fractions and writing my answer in simplest form. We're also going to look at problems that may involve both addition and subtraction with mixed numbers. So let's take a look at this problem. Sometimes we need to do some renaming when we subtract mixed numbers. So I'm going to start with all of my steps here. I'm going to begin by checking for like fractions. Well, I have 4 1/3 minus 2/3 here. Yeah, I have like fractions, absolutely. My denominators are the same. So I look at step 2. Can I subtract 1/3 minus 2/3? Well, my numerators aren't going to allow that. I can't do 1 minus 2. So just like I would if I were subtracting whole numbers, I'm going to go to the number next door and I'm going to do some regrouping or renaming. I'm going to rename this one whole here. I'm going to come to my 4. I'm going to cross it out, take one whole away, change that into a 3, and I'm going to add that one whole to my 1/3 that I already had. So one whole can be written as any number the same numerator and denominator. So because my denominators are 3, I'm going to choose 3/3 to rewrite that one whole. So I'll add those together. 1/3 plus 3/3 now gives me 4/3. I'm going to rewrite the fraction part that I'm subtracting here just so I can keep everything organized and lined up. That helps me stay on track. As I rename this mixed fraction now, I have 3. I should have left a little space. Squeeze in my 3 4/3, which means the same as 4 1/3. Now it's just renamed as a new mixed number. Now that I have still common denominators and I have a large enough numerator, I can subtract. 4/3 minus 2/3 equals 2/3. You know that my denominator stays the same. I subtract the numerators. Then I'll subtract the remaining whole numbers. In this case, it's 3 wholes minus no wholes. That's also 0. So 3 minus 0 is 3. And my final step is to make sure this is in simplest form, which in this case it is. Let's check out another one here. 3 horses have a combined height of 15 1/2 feet. The first horse has a height of 5 1/6 feet. The second horse has a height of 5 1/4 feet. What is the height of the third horse? Well, I see that this big number here, 15 1/2, is the height of all 3 horses. They give me the height of horse number 1 and horse number 2, and they want me to solve for horse number 3. So this is a situation where I would need to add first and then subtract. This is a multi-step problem. I'm going to begin by adding 5 1/6 plus 5 1/4. I go through my steps here. Whoops, that's kind of a crazy 5. To figure out what my common denominator should be, because right now I cannot add them as is. If I skip count by 6's, 6, 12, 18, skip count by 4's, 4, 8, 12, 16, I heard 12 in both lists. So I'm going to rewrite my fractions as equivalent fractions with denominators of 12. I know that 4 times 3 gives me 12. Whoops, come on, pen. So I'm going to multiply the numerator times 3 as well to give me 3/12. 6 times 2 is 12, so 1 times 2 in my numerator will give me my equivalent fraction, 2/12. Now that I have common denominators, I'm ready to add. I look at that operation over on the side to make sure. So 2/12 plus 3/12 equals 5/12. And then I add my whole numbers. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 and 5/12 is the combined height of my first two horses. I know that 15 and 1/2 is the height of all three horses all together. So I'm going to take 15 and 1/2 and subtract the height of the first two horses, 10 and 5/12, to figure out the height of this last horse. I again need to find common denominators. 1/2 and 5/12 do not have common denominators, but I know that 1/2 is the same as 6/12. So I'm going to rewrite that equivalent fraction. 5/12 already has the same denominator of 12, so I'm going to rewrite that here. 6/12 minus 5/12 is 1/12 here. I subtract my, whoops, having trouble with that pen. I'm going to subtract my whole numbers as well. 15 minus 10 equals 5. So the third horse is 5 and 1/12 feet tall. This is in simplest form. Anytime you've got a 1 in the numerator, you'll know, yep, that's definitely simplest form here. Those are the steps we take. We have the skills that we need 5th grade. We're combining a lot of different pieces here. How to make equivalent fractions, adding mixed numbers, subtracting mixed numbers, but putting those all together helps us to solve more and more complex problems.